my business real, knows it like a bloodhound. I'ma throw them off like I'm standing on a picture mound. All they do is look at Instagram while they sit around. Hate me in real life, but you liking pictures now. Oh, everybody acting different now. Finally trying to see what I be on. Got a different style, they be at the brand new when they know I've been around. Got a fake smile on your face cause you been inclined. I can say a lot, but I'm not. Gotta keep it down, making sure nobody drown. I'm my brother, keep it now. Mike Jack hit me up and said I gotta beat it down. Turn me up when I'm on your speaker now. Cool, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Everybody eating this a party, one o'clock of time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Yeah, you in the league, but you ain't hooping around and tear it out. Before you judge me, you need to go and wipe the mirror off. Try to turn me down, the only thing you did was veer off. Showing fake love, I can tell it once I say it all. I just stay cool, acting like it wasn't weird at all. Most of the people that you meet are not who they appear at all. If you want on top, then you wouldn't hear it cheer at all. But I ain't got no top, I don't need a chandelier at all. I ain't got no talk cause I be really out my mind. When the hate don't work, I guarantee they get the line. They all talk dog, it's a room full of Bryans. I'm royalty, that means that it's in my bloodline. All hail the king, made the president resign.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, and they are in full roar as you get a look inside Lumen Field in Seattle. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Seattle Seahawks. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And Pierce gets it again on second down. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Jones throw taken in by Grant. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a second and 3. Just beating the play clock, Smith. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Back to the air, Smith on 2nd down. They'll get this out to Kamara. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And he comes back with one complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Smith. That pass caught. It's Williams. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. His first catch of the divisional round goes for a first down. He had 5 catches last week in their wild card win. A give to Kamara running right. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Nine-yard line, 2nd and 6. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown! Marquez Valdez-Scantling. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Tristan Vizcaino for the extra point. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
On 2nd and 12, Jones. He finds his man, complete. It's Grant. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now Jones. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Throwing Jones. And going deep for Hill. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
He finds his man, complete. It's Grant. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 45-yard line. First and 10, it's Pierce. And some room to maneuver. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Dameon Pierce, 45 yards. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point good by Prater. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it. And
now this is intercepted. My goodness. Mike Edwards picks it off. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. lane. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 84 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins. Touchdown, Seahawks. T. Higgins, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Prater for the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Smith on first down. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Second and 10, Smith again. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. But remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. It could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down. They snap it to Smith. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. He's at the 50. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. To throw on 2nd and 6. Smith. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now Gino on 1st down. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Alvin Kamara, as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And going deep for Hill, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Jones, flush to his right. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. 2nd half action back underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing 2nd half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs the year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
From the 29, Smith. He's got it to Williams. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The slot man in motion right. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Smith. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Smith. This is intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued. Let
me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 91 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Here's Higgins out of the right side. Touchdown! T. Higgins, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
The Smith's throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, Smith. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. Back to throw, Smith. Being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And high right throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Jones throwing to start the drive. Flushed out right. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Jones now on 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
And think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches have given, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
Touchdown, Seahawks! George Kittle from 21 yards away. And the Seahawks will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Prater for the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Kamara off the draw. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. Rolling to his right. He's got a man complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Here's Smith. And this one is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the air again, Smith. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. On 4th down, Smith. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll go right back to Pierce. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he's got some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Deontay Foreman, 53 yards. And the Seahawks are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. A short kick taken at the 18. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll fake it. Now Smith. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control. And you always hear about, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play. The offense has had its moments, too. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And now the rookie's free. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Dameon Pierce
with his second touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Prater for the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fields this way up at the 17. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here we go on fourth. Smith. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is. This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field, but sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.